I'm not going to show you much detail because the camera is quite far, so you're not going to see the details of my hands. But later on, when somebody would hold the camera, say tomorrow or next class, then you can see a lot more. What I want to do more is to show you how within the context of the massage we'll put what we've done so far. So first of all, I'll start introducing more details into it. First of all is the pillow. Yes? When you're massaging someone facing down, you need to put the pillow under the ankle. Come and see exactly where to put it. So really, you want to do that so their toes are touching or almost touching the table. Yeah? So for example, this is not the right place. And actually it can stress them more. Lift your legs. And this is sort of like hanging there. So you're trying to make it comfortable for them. And later on we'll try to use with or without pillow for you to see the difference. Now when they are facing up, we will change it and put it behind the knees. But so far, introduce the pillows into it. Did I ask you to bring pillow?
No.
No, okay. So from next time, you can bring a smaller pillow that's quite big. Yeah? Also, when you're putting, let's start talking about covering. It's nice when you massage to cover the whole body. So first of all, you can use the towel on the long side, but you see that on most people it's not enough. So I would later show you how to use 2 towels when you're massaging, and it's quite nice, and all graduates use really 2 towels because it covers the whole body and it's quite warming and comforting. Okay, then let's start with the hold. Okay. Now, before the hold, you can maybe relax yourself. You can do anything that you want, maybe a bit of stretches to just sort of, prepare yourself to come and work on. When you come and do the hold, try not to look your elbows because then you need to bring your weight onto them. You need to come a little bit close to them, and you can do whatever you want, either slow your hands. Then again, think about the meeting place. It's like a handshake. If you do a handshake that is empty, there's some people when you shake their hands, they don't put any force into it. Could be quite like, where are you? Yeah? Can you see me? No? Sorry, let's stop just a sec. I'll take that a little bit higher. Actually, that should be okay, no?
Like
Oh.
we could see your mouth.
Okay, that should be fine. Is this okay?
Absolutely.
Good. So people when you shake hands and it's quite empty, or people when you shake hands and they're like, hello, no, it's a meeting. So how do you keep equal, but be equal? It's quite difficult at times to find the right balance. So put your hands, don't hold your weight, but don't put too much of your weight. It's actually the weight of your hands. It's not the weight of your body. And there is something like observation goes on. You observe their breath, how relaxed they are. So what do you expect for someone who would be tight or stressed or irregular breathing, shallow breathing? Yeah. Yeah. So you can observe it. And there is something about also what called non-judgmental touch. You don't want to judge them. You just observe, really. It's not like I put my hands, oh, this feels tight. Oh, let me start fixing you, You don't want that. You want to really accept them first, how they are. So the hold at the beginning, try not to start doing, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, well, it will come later. Give them the time to just meet. with your hands, with yourself.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
But where do you put your hands?
It could be on in here and here, here, here. You can go on both hands on the side. You can do on the shoulder. One hand can be on the head and one hand here on the lower back or here. Then if you do the lower body, you can even do a nice hold here or here. So there is no quite rules. It's, you know, let's say I do the back and then I do the legs. I can re-engage with, you know, few seconds of a hold here, and then I start.
I guess it does depend on what you're trying to feel for, yeah? Because
Yeah.
if it's breathing, then you can
Yeah.
change it.
Exactly, yes. It also depends on where do I work. If I work on the back, I wouldn't start the hold here, of course. I will do it close. So now starting with the effleurage. Can I undo the bra? Now the stroking, remember I call it stroking. In Swedish massage, and that's the word that we use, we call it effleurage. The whole story is that it's Swedish massage, but the names are in French. Go figure why, but that's how it is. So effleurage, where is Malika? What does it, there is any meaning?
Effleurage is like almost touching, but not touching.
Yeah.
Like
Is it called to stroke?
stroke.
Like to stroke some, to no?
So maybe it is a Swedish word.
Maybe it is Swedish, yes. Okay, so in massage, when you do effleurage, is quite what you've done. So you're stroking the back, yeah? It would be nice to do that, so there is no oil on their clothes. And you start moving your leg. Remember the Tai Chi we did, this movement we did? So if I will put my hands off, it will be that. As opposed to put my hands off, it will be that. Shoulder back. Yeah? So keep the rest quiet and move your legs. Good. So you can do two hands together. You can do a reinforced effleurage. You can do side to side effleurage. You can come from below, or you can do it from above. You can even engage their hands a little bit, yeah? Like this. You can do even circle effleurage. Again, remember there is no right and wrong with it. You can do a nice circle and then change the direction. So a lot of it is from your body, yeah? Not much arms, but good. So far so good. Now the third technique that we learned today is called moving the tissue. So just to recap, hold, effleurage, those are quite superficial. Now you want to move the tissue. Can you come close and we'll see which tissue we're going to move? Yeah? Okay. This is the spine, and now there are muscles on this side and that side. And we'll learn the name later on, etc. But when you do effleurage, you're actually quite superficial on these muscles. When you do petrissage, you start moving them. Do you see the difference? You start moving them. Or these muscles, yeah, the upper trapezius, you actually moving them, And what you're trying to do, imagine that this towel is like a muscle, so effleurage would be on that superficial. Petrissage, you try to actually start moving them. You make them short and long and stretch and getting deeper into it. So, for example, you can do that kind of movement. Yeah? Do you see how I try to move the muscle? Now, these muscles quite attached to the bone, so it's not that you can take away, hey, I move the muscle. It's going to move minimal, but you are going to do it as much as you can. Yeah? Okay. So that is a movement. Now, see that? That's effleurage. The intention is different, and the depth is different. And this is petrissage. This is getting deeper in. So maybe you cannot see that, or maybe you can see it minimally, but feeling it, it's a whole different. Yes? This is quite superficial, and that's getting deeper into the muscle. Yeah? So you can. There are few ways to do petrissage. Again, petrissage is moving the tissue. You can do that almost like it's called figure of 8, because it's almost like an 8 figure. You can do ringing. And you can use different application. You can use the base of your wrist. Remember that muscle, long muscle? You go over it. You can use also your knuckles. But don't start moving your knuckles, but actually move your arm and your body together with. So I'm still the same. Look at the knee. Still the knee moves. I try not to do that because that is quite small movement, and I want more bigger movement coming from my body.
Do you rotate the arms?
You can slightly, but you can try as much as you can do with your body, rather than only the arm. So you can do reinforced petrissage, like knuckles. So again, the intention is to move the tissue, and you try as much as you can to move them underneath. Now, what do you think is more superficial, the effleurage or the petrissage? Effleurage, yes. So the petrissage is deeper. You can do finger petrissage. Do you see how I try to move it? So this would be effleurage, and this would be petrissage. What do you think it does when we are moving the tissue, when we're moving the muscles?
Free them up.
You free them up. Yeah. If you have two muscles clubbing together, so you start like stretching them one opposite to another. And next weekend we'll learn a little bit about blood circulation. So when you work deeper, you actually circulate the blood more into this deep muscle. So where circulation is quite stuck, when the muscle is tight, so the circulation doesn't work well, you start moving the blood around, and the blood does a lot of good work. Yeah? So again, finger, effleurage. Yeah? Remember what else we did? Which kind of, petrissage. Yeah? Quite deep. What else application I've used?
Holding.
Yeah, so the base of the wrist. Yes. Knuckles.
Fingers.
Fingers. Good. We did ringing, and we did a bit of figure of 8. Yeah. You can do also pushing a little bit, yeah, but that's the base of the wrist, yeah. So give it a try, yeah. Both me and Vilda now comes a little bit more detailed and give you feedback, because now the potential of you doing it in a wrong posture is a lot more, so we'll be a bit more in detail, and helping each other, helping each one of you to do it correctly. Okay? And we need to fit it really to each one of you. Some people would like more one, some people like more the other. We'll have to find it together. Okay? Great. Thank you.
Just one more thing.